Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are allegedly buying a house in Washington, D.C. In its August 14 issue, Heat UK claimed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been looking for a house in the area where Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner live. A source said that the Sussexes have been doing really well financially, so it's not surprising that they want to buy properties everywhere in the United States. And since Washington is a wonderful location, it's also not a surprise why Prince Harry and Markle want to reside there with their 2 children. The source added that the Sussexes' decision to buy a house in Washington is an obvious indication that Markle could be pursuing her political dreams in the upcoming elections. And since she and Prince Harry are friends with Barack and Michelle Obama, the former first couple is allegedly encouraging Markle to push through with her campaign. Meghan is very coy when it comes to her political aspirations, but it's easy to see why everyone in Washington is buzzing. She and Harry literally seem to be mirroring the Obamas with every move they've made since they arrived in America, the source said. It all started with the Sussexes signing a lucrative multi-year deal with Netflix just like the Obamas. They also, allegedly, consulted with the Obamas with regards to their podcast. And now, the Obamas are allegedly backing Markle's plan to run for office in the upcoming elections. However, it is important to note that the Obamas previously denied the rumors that they had something to do with Prince Harry and Markle signing with Netflix. If this isn't true, then their other links to the Sussexes must not also be true. As of late, Markle and Prince Harry have not publicly revealed any plans to buy a house in Washington. But based on the tabloid's track record, it's highly likely that their claims aren't accurate. It is important to note that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex just purchased a house in Montecito a year ago. So, it might not be the best time for them to buy a new property regardless of how much money they will be earning from their lucrative deals. Meghan Markle would have to renounce her UK titles if she wanted to run for political office in the United States, a constitutional expert has said. The U.S. Constitution specifies that people holding U.S. office may not accept foreign titles unless they have congressional approval. But Harvard professor Mark Kushner says that the likelihood of their approval is very slim. He said, "I don't think it's ever happened before. I think the chances of Congress allowing her to retain her titles would be very slim." But he added, technically, she could run without renouncing her titles and could even serve if elected if Congress approved. However, he said that retaining the titles would be politically damaging. Professor Kushner continued, "As a practical matter, though, she'd have to renounce her titles to run. Politically it would be quite damaging, I think, for her to retain the titles. Opponents will seize on anything, and this will be a hook to say, well, she's not really a true American." The policy is specified in Section 9 of the U.S. Constitution. Professor Kushner said it arises from concern about the influence that foreign governments would have on U.S. policy. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were allowed to keep their titles after they stepped back from royal duties and moved to California at the start of last year. But, according to Professor Kushner, the Duchess would still retain her celebrity status even without the titles. U.S. politics professor Richard Johnson told Express.co.uk that the Duchess' celebrity status would help her bypass the normal routes into politics. He said, "I think Americans take a very keen interest in British royalty, and there is a lot of attention from the U.S. public whenever there are stories relating to the royal family. There is some record of celebrity politicians doing pretty well in the U.S. Obviously, Meghan and Harry are based in California, and California has produced Ronald Reagan, who was an actor, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was an actor.